Oh, the body language in training is usually no problem. It's a situation in a game. It's like 1-1. It's long. I think it was around the question about the harsh tackles we made in the last few minutes. If I'm right, but I don't remember it 100%. So, and I don't like that, to be honest. I don't think you can blame me for a lot, but none of my teams ever was famous for having the harshest tackles in the Premier League. I really want to win the ball, and I want the boys to win the ball and not hitting somebody's leg or whatever. That can happen. It's football. My God, these things can happen, but not because you are not in the best mood. So like, poof, I solved my problems by kicking somebody else. I hate that. And that's part of body language. So in that moment, the game went on, it was 1-1, there's no problem, you have to fight for it. I didn't like recovery runs from 2 or 3 players around the free kick. There were a lot of things I didn't like. So it's not that I have to like all the time everything what we are doing, and I don't tell you I like it, because it's not true. Plenty of things I don't like, but we have to improve, and of course we spoke about that, that's clear. But it's now not, and I judge it every day, because body language in training is no problem. It's our training is hopefully still useful and helpful, but especially it's I would have loved it as a player to have these sessions, to be honest. So it's like everything is in, and in the end, if you can't enjoy them anymore, then your career is already a year too long. Let me say like this, and that's why we don't have these problems. But in a game, and I really thought, and that's obviously a problem as well, the good periods have to feel good for the boys as well. So like they have to realize, oh, that's okay. So here we can go, next step, now do it again, stuff like this. And I'm not sure we are already there. So it's like still the Liverpool flying and winning 3-4-0, stuff like this, very, very far in the mind, but it's still there. And that means, okay, it's now 1-1 and we have to fight again for the result. What's that? Why we are not already through these human issues, and that all of them, sometimes they appear really, or sometimes you only think you saw it, but it's not about then putting the finger in each, seeing the problems, and that happened, and that happened, and that happened, because, again, until we conceded the goal, I was fine with the game, because it was a step in the right direction. 2 weeks ago, it looked like we are completely different levels. They play whatever they want, and we have no clue what to do. So that this game looked completely different. So I was fine with that. Then you can see the goal, and that I'm not a great. Even when we now lost more games than I want, I didn't turn into a fantastic loser. So it's just you have these emotions, and before I can deal with everything, I'm already outside and talk to all of you. So that's not helpful as well. And then that's why not everything I say directly after a game is the real truth. It's just maybe something you picked up in the last second. There was one situation before we conceded a free kick where 3 players couldn't make it to support the defense, and that was something I will never like in my life, and I didn't like it on that day, and it was really inside as well, and that's why I spoke about a couple of things. But body language is not a general problem, but it's now in a few moments I didn't like it. That's true.
Dave, all the great strikers in the history of this club, like Roger, Ian Rush, Fowler, etc. Mo Salah is up there with them and ahead of them, possibly. But do you think maybe people are losing sight of the fact that he is up there with the greats just because he's in this small bad run? I hear people saying he shouldn't have been given a new contract and stuff like that, which seems kind of crazy when you look at the level that he's at.
Attitude and these kind of things are really not Mo's problem. Will never be. Mo is a world-class athlete, so he's the first in, last out, trains hard, all these kind of things. And now it's not scoring, but I think there are people out there that think, why did they give Klopp a new contract? So that's how it is in our world. It's completely fine. We don't deliver in the moment, so there's criticism. It's no problem, and you can question character, knowledge, ability. You have the right to do everything, but it's not you cannot score the amount of goals Mo scored if you are not an outstanding world-class football player. But even them don't do that constantly. And again, I can explain it now. I don't want to talk about this, but I can explain it. We had to change too much to just let it flow. Yes, and there were moments when Mo, of course, would have scored last year. It was in a Brighton game as well, when, of course, they have a 100% goal usually, and now not. You think that has something to do with a new contract or whatever? It's just not. It's just not right. And the things are like they are. And the only chance we have is really we only can stop all these questions and discussions by performing to our top level, and that's what we have to do, and that's what we will work on, and that never happened overnight, but we made steps. It's not that everything what we said 4 weeks ago was now completely useless, but because nobody can see that we learned anything of it. No, we are really on it, and we are still straight, positive. We want to play the games and all these kind of things, and we believe in our chance as well for reaching something special, even this year. It's not important. Of course, it's not great to be not the leader of the pack in the moment, but we are in a position where we can improve a lot of the situation in the table, and that's what we want to do. And we have to start tomorrow, of course, and keep going from there. And who cares who we play? We play all of them probably. Did we play one team already twice? I'm not sure. Some are much more often, but in the league, I mean. So it means we get a new chance against pretty much everybody. And that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Please.
I appreciate that you haven't got your lawyer with you, so this might be a quick answer, but do you think financial fair play is now doing what it was set up to do, or do you think?
I can answer that without a lawyer because I don't understand the question. It's because how can you ask a football manager about that if my expertise would be financial issues all over the world, I would be maybe a person. But I really think that's much more your job. If you are not happy with it, then figure it out, take your time, ask the right people, put the answers together and then make something of it. How can I answer that question? Sitting there and think, oops, that's interesting. So counting the pounds and think, wow, doing it. Of course, I'm a normal person. Of course I do that, but it's nothing to do. I cannot judge that. I can say nothing about it because I don't know how the rules exactly are, to be 100% honest, and how you can go left and right of the rules. I don't know, but probably they didn't. Maybe they found a way how it's completely legal, and then congratulations. And maybe other teams would have found as well, but then you need on top of that the money, and they had both. So congratulations, and now they have a great squad, and now they have to use that.